The following program is underwritten by the Nevada Irrigation District. Since 1921, providing clean and healthy drinking and irrigation water to more than 24,000 homes, farms, schools, and businesses in Nevada and Placer counties.
Hi, I'm Lew Sitzer. This is NCTV Interviews, and this is going to be a fun show where we get to go sort of into the schools. This is Deer Creek Elementary School, and we're with Mrs. Kimberly Ewing, fourth grade teacher. So, Kim, if you mind if I call you Kim? I know it isn't classroom appropriate, but we're not in the classroom at the moment.
That's right.
So, Kim, you're here and you have members of your class. Maybe you can introduce them, and we'll talk about what's going on.
Okay. Well, to my left, I have Nick, William, Stephen, and Jenna, and her special guest, Lawrence.
Lawrence, who is chewing on a blanket at the moment, and he's just a beautiful rabbit, and we'll come back to him in a bit, because a lot of what you're coming to us with is reports about animals and the world and how your project in the classroom kind of spans all of that. So give us some history on what's been going on in your fourth grade classroom.
Well, it all started around Christmas time, when we decided that Christmas is such a wonderful time for families, and yet think of the families that are around the world that don't have what we have here. So I kind of created an opportunity for the kids to fundraise over the 2-week break during Christmas. And they could, once they fundraised, they could be contestants on a game show, which is geography in fourth grade, which is a curriculum standard. And so they fundraised at least $20 each to be a contestant on the game show Know Your World. And it was all to go to Heifer International, which is it's an international company that provides people to donate money to give to families in need all over the world that need to have a roof over their head, have their kids go to school. And the way that they do that is we get to donate sustainable livestock to provide them food, and then to sell the surplus so that the kids can go to school, they can buy new roofs over their heads. So Heifer International is this amazing little program. Actually, it's not little, but.
So maybe I'll just ask some of the students, when you first heard about this idea, how did it sound to you? Let me see, any volunteers? Nick?
When I first heard about this program, I thought, what a chance to help people in need, give an animal, have a child that needs education to actually go to school. And so I thought it would be a great chance to help in the world.
Right. Anybody else? Any thoughts? Yes. William, right, sorry.
Well, when I heard about it, that it was a game show, I thought it would be kind of fun to be on an educational game show. And while you're on the game show, if you're one of the finalists, you can donate animals to families in need so that they could get the resources from them and sell them to make money, to get education and make profits.
So you learned a lot. Did any of you know about Heifer before this project started?
No.
So it was a lot of learning about an organization that does some good work in the world and has to deal with animals and families and education. And Jenna, how did you get involved?
Well, I fundraised $20, and I thought it would be fun to be on the game show. So.
So now all of you were contestants. How, Stephen, were you also? Did you also raise money?
Yes.
And so what was this game show like?
There was 4 desks, and we each had a bell to ring, and we had an atlas in front of us. So we would look through the pages and see the answers. And for some questions, we had to look up on the website of Heifer International.
So you had to do some exploration. And did you have any problems? Anybody have, problems with finding answers? Yeah, Nick.
Actually, I studied on the last night, so I had thousands of problems for this game show, but I actually pulled it off.
So Kim, who came up with this game show idea?
Well, it was really a little bit of myself, but also they had some trivia questions that Stephen was referring to on the website readtofeed.org. And it's really child-friendly. It has all these great little animated animals that come up, and they give you trivia about, what it takes to produce 1 pound of food, to process 1 pound of food, the water resources it takes, how many people in the world are starving or struggling with food and poverty. And it was just really a worldly way for the kids to get involved and to know that there's something beyond where we live.
So when you came up with this idea and your 4th grade class was pretty excited about it, did it have any repercussions in the school itself?
No, no. Well, I didn't really share it, and I'll tell you honestly why, because I didn't know if I could pull it off. I had just been coming back from surgery. I had designed it over the holiday break, so all the different trivia questions. Then I had to set up the stage for the game show. So I didn't let anybody know about it, truthfully, because I didn't know if it was going to be a success. But it was a true success. All the kids participated that were contestants. Everybody got to answer at least one question. And these happened to be the top finalists, which were kind of, that's kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did you have any idea when this contest was taking place that you might actually be on television? Was this a surprise?
I did tell them that they might be on a TV show.
Uh-huh.
Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how did I guess, is it too soon to ask for who the winners were?
Well, you're looking at them. I don't know who was the actual first place because we didn't really say first.
It
Was
was
was-
William.
Okay, so they know. Excellent.
Yeah, the kids usually do know.
Right. So William's first place, and then there was like a tie, wasn't there, at the end?
Oh, yeah, it was
Nick
me and
and I.
Steven.
Okay, Nick and you, and then I believe Sam
Came in second place.
Right. And Jenna was a contestant as well, and she was the one that was spirited enough to bring Lawrence onto the show, symbolically, representing the animals we're going to donate.
Right, so Lawrence isn't going to be donated.
No, it's just a symbol of it. Yeah.
Well, that's great. So I know that you had the assistance of some NU students to come in and film.
Yes, we had 2 seniors from Nevada Union from the video production class come in and volunteer their time to come in and film it. And so we have actually some footage of the game show we'd love to show you. And just to give them credit, their names are Kyler and Dara, and they're seniors at NU. And so that was kind of fun.
And we will see their full names at the end of the show when we do give them credit.
Great.
Give you a couple seconds, Jeremy, but then you need to know.
It's Russia.
No, that's not a continent. Sam. Give it up for Sam Mays. We got Europe. Correct. This is Africa. What's due north is the continent Europe. Okay, Russia is a country. Okay, but good try. All right, you guys. We've got Nick at 75. We've got Sam at 25, Kaylee at 25, and I think Jeremy's at 75 as well, or 50. Okay, so this is a tough one, you guys. Here we go. Which ocean is north of the United States of America? No, incorrect. Nick? No. Sam, you were next. The Arctic! Everybody give him a nice round of applause. The Arctic is north of the United States of America. Pacific is on the west, and the Atlantic is on the east. My goodness, this is a tough one. All of them know really a lot. Good job. Okay, next question. Okay, sudden death. Whoever wins this one wins the round. Okay? Because we have other rounds to do. Here we go. Name a state that doesn't have a state to the north of it. Maine. Maine is one of them. Sam?
Australia.
That's not a state. So, Jeremy, did you just make it to 75 points or 100? Okay. We're going to do one more question because I want to be fair. Okay, I thought you guys were at the end together. So we'll do one more. So we've got 75, 75, 50, and 25. Ready? Okay, here we go. What country is north of the United States of America? What country? Nick, I saw yours first.
Canada.
Give it up for Nick! Nick did the final round. You guys all did very well. This was a tough round. I went through 9 questions with you guys. You guys did great. So pick your toy.
That was a really beautiful production. Now, was that in your classroom or in an auditorium or where?
We had it on stage in the gym, and I had the janitor at the last minute help me put up all the signs and everything.
Well, it looks like it was a perfect place for it.
Yeah, it turned out well.
And it also looks like, I know one of the things that school teachers really work hard to do is teach geography. And Americans are not known for geographical knowledge. So how did it feel to learn about the different places in the world? Did you explore many different countries when you studied for it?
Yes.
Yeah. Stephen, did you have any favorites or any places that you remember?
No.
No. Okay. Well, that was also true, that knowledge seems to sometimes go in and go out, and that's why we have to go back and review.
Right, and they had a big, as you saw on the back, they had a large map that they could refer to, and they had an atlas in front of them. So they weren't expected to memorize or know any of it. They were just had to know where to get it or where to find it.
And that's really an excellent exercise for classroom and for students, because there's so much information around, it's hard to memorize everything. And as long as you can get to it through the internet or an atlas or some way, that's the most important thing.
Right.
So for many of you, did you get to the heifer site at all? Yeah? So Jenna, what did you find out about the heifer site?
Well, there is a lot of families that are in need, and yeah.
Okay.
And we actually, as the finalists, these guys, decided which animals. By the way, we raised $500 in our classroom. Yes. And so with that, we went to the class as well as the finalists, and they got to decide, which animals and how do we want to best buy, best donate. And so do you guys want to show maybe one at a time? Jenna, why don't you go first since you've got your Lawrence in your hand? Maybe just show that to the audience, what you've got.
Let's help you with that. Okay. So talk about what it is we're looking at.
Well, we can donate a group of rabbits to Heifer International.
So did you discuss and debate this with your class as to where to make the best investment?
We kind of did. I mean, these guys mostly did because they were the finalists. Mm-hmm. But read what it says, Jenna, right there about what rabbits do for people in the
Rabbits
program.
eat simple food like carrot tops, potato vines, and grasses. Rabbits' manure can be applied to gardens to make them produce more.
So that's manure.
Right.
Yes. So rabbit poop, basically.
Which they do a lot of.
Right, as you know, Jenna.
Must
And so
take a
that
lot.
becomes like fertilizer, which is quite valuable when you grow crops.
Must take a lot.
Okay, Stephen.
I have the sheep.
And what do the sheeps benefit? How do they help people?
Many communities around the world depend on wool and meat from sheep.
Right. This sweater is made out of sheep wool. So it's a good thing to have around. William.
It's a pig. Farm animals like pigs are like living bank accounts for poor families.
Yeah, that's right. And I wonder if that's why we have piggy banks.
That's what I'm thinking. Possibly.
It says piggy banks, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I raised pigs, and you wouldn't believe how fast they grow.
And they eat all the food that no humans really want to eat. You know, the mush and
That's
the carrot
true.
tops. And
But they
the,
taste
And-
good.
well, it
And-
tastes good to them.
Yeah.
Sure
right.
does.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn about animals and what pigs do to survive. They're also great mushroom hunters because they do eat mushrooms, and pigs were used to find mushrooms for the sort of royalty in Europe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who knew that?
So Nick,
Our biggest one. Yeah, Nick, tell them what we got.
This is the water buffalo. It's half priced, so we could have got this, and well, one of these other animals.
Actually, all of them. We got all of them.
Really?
Yeah, because this was half price, what he's saying, of a heifer. A heifer was $500.
It would have taken all of our money.
Right.
and sometimes water buffaloes are much more useful
Yes.
than cows.
They can go on a lot longer than a regular heifer. I picked it because I thought it was a lot stronger than a heifer, and it produces milk and manure to help the farm, and it can give a lot.
Do you remember what I said they actually make, and it's something we really like?
Was it feta? Mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella cheese. all
Fresh mozzarella comes from water buffalo.
And so, do you know? I'm amazed that for $500 you could buy all of these to be given to families in villages. Do you know where the animals were actually placed?
We're in the process of doing that. I put in the donation yesterday, mailed it in to Heifer International, and they're going to be sending us a certificate for our classroom to show the kids where it went geographically in the world, as well as they'll tell us exactly what kind of animals besides these were donated. So they'll say what specific area and what. If we ended up getting all of these, we'll be very blessed. Yeah.
That's great.
So-
And so we haven't learned yet as to what countries they'll go to, and maybe that's a good second semester project to, learn more about the countries and maybe even communicate with some of the people.
Right. That would be lovely.
Do you have any plans for that?
Not yet. I just had to get through this, and then we'll see what's next. Yeah. I do have a question. Do you guys want to tell him how you fundraised? Because I always am interested how kids make money. Who wants to tell him?
I'll go first. Well, I took all my money out of my allowance, which I worked for, and that took up most of my allowance, but not all of it.
So that was $20.
Yeah.
You essentially
$20.
gave pretty much out of your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Well, anything for somebody that needs it more than me.
good. William?
I fundraise the money by helping out around my house by feeding my cats and by basically just feeding my cats.
More often than usual.
Yes.
I see.
So are they very fat now?
No,
Okay.
only one of them.
All right, Stephen.
Like William, I helped out around the house to get some of the money. I looked around the house for spare change, and I did really well in school.
Uh-huh. So there might have been some rewards here. Okay, good. And Jenna?
I got my money by reading over break, and I got $20.
So do you like to read? And so how many books did you read over break?
I did like half of one book.
Oh, so it must have been a pretty good book. What, do you remember what it was?
It was Beauty, about a horse.
All right.
The program Read to Feed is also a child-run program through Heifer. And it's this Children Changing the World sign. What that refers to is they can get pledges for reading, and whether it's one pledge or several pledges, the more they read, the more they fundraise, and that was another program that they could do, and that was the program the kids could be invited to go and study the facts about how things are done.
And I think you also brought some photographs of some of the animals and the families that benefit from Heifer.
Well, actually, they've been showing them as far as I know.
Okay, good.
If they haven't, here they are.
All right. And this looks like a sheep farm. I have no idea where it is.
Maybe Eastern Europe or something. It looks maybe.
It does. And there's one of your friends, Jenna.
There's the
Yeah,
rabbits.
this does look a lot like Eastern Europe.
And they're storing their milk, it looks like, or that's where they can churn for butter.
And sheep cheese is also made in Eastern Europe. So there's a lot of benefit from animals.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Besides the company that they give you. Whoops.
He's hidden. He's hidden.
How's Lawrence?
Good.
Okay, maybe we can take a look at him again. Can you tell us a little about Lawrence and what you've learned from having him since, what'd you say, Thanksgiving?
Well, I learned that rabbits, they take a lot of hard work, but they really love it when you try to do everything they want, and they love it when when you let them out and just play. And this Lawrence will go around and get into stuff, so we have to clean up all the things in his reach.
Mm-hmm.
So he can reach pretty far.
So has he been a pretty good pet?
Yeah, he's been really good.
Does he have any favorites around the household?
His favorite is running around the laundry room.
And he looks awfully soft.
Yes, he is.
Is Lawrence considered your bunny?
Yes.
So was this a sort of a gift to you?
Yeah, because he's a 4-H bunny, and I wanted to get into 4-H, and I've learned a lot. And so, yeah, he's sort of a gift.
Well, so I'm not sure how much time we have left, but I'm going to put you all on the spot and ask you what it's like being in Mrs. Ewing's class. What do you think? Is it something you look forward to and enjoy, or not? Nick?
I enjoy being in Miss Ewing's class very much. She's the coolest teacher I've ever had. She gives us the most chances, pretty much. Especially with being in the game show. And I think she actually lets us do a lot more than a regular teacher would have let us done.
How long have you been teaching?
This is my 4th year.
Ah, that's great.
I'm a newbie.
Yeah.
4th grade and 4th grade? Yeah, 4 years in 4th grade.
Yeah.
And she'll
How
probably
do
read
you
this.
like 4th grade?
Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite years, I think, for kids because they're just coming out of sort of like younger years. They have more diversity in the classroom. There's more of them. They have a great understanding of each other more than 3rd grade, and they have great personalities. We can have really great class discussions. Don't we have a lot of good class discussions? And
best.
it's very rewarding for me because it's a huge year for curriculum, and to see them at the end of the year kind of say goodbye and be able to feel successful for the next few years, it just feels really good to me as a teacher. I'm very hard on them, they'll tell you.
Really?
I have high expectations.
Yeah?
But she is nice.
Okay.
But I'm tough on
Most of
them.
the
You know,
time.
tough is good because then they know that they need to get all that they can
Right.
from school.
She's inspiring.
Aw.
Very.
Well, you've got a great vocabulary, Nick. I've been noticing it throughout the show.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
In fact, all of you, I was thinking, gee, if I had students like this, I'd be tempted to go back into teaching again. I mean, it's really
Yeah,
wonderful,
we have a
wonderful
great
group
time.
of students, and also I can tell a great parent support. You know,
Absolutely.
all-
That's essential, really.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
essential for the kids.
And all the students' parents are here today, and it's really been great to have you all here. I hope we can do more. I hope you can come back again and tell us what's going on further in your classroom, because we're only just finished with the first half of the school year.
That's right. We might come back with another fun community service project. Who knows?
So is there anything that we've left unsaid so far?
Well, to me, I just wanted to say thank you for the kids, to the kids, because I didn't know if this was going to work or not, and I thought, boy, I hope that it does. And the kids got excited, and the game show was really successful, and we raised $500 for families other than ourselves, and I think that's really an important lesson for the kids to see that there's people out there in the world that need help. And so I was really excited, and thank you guys for being troopers on a snowy day, showing up with inches of snow on the ground. So thank you guys.
And I really want to thank the parents for what is a very snowy day, for have them come here when obviously it would have been better and perhaps safer to go back on the road and get home. It's a blustery winter day here. And I also want to commend the students and Mrs. Ewing for what is an incredible project to get to know the world better, to help others. So many lessons that are happening in your classroom that are important. So again, congratulations on a great project, and thanks for coming to NCTV. I want to encourage viewers to continue to watch. We'll bring more shows to you, and to continue to support NCTV, come and volunteer, and we would appreciate seeing you and having your fresh ideas. So thank you again for watching.